about changing lives. I was in Lowe's about a month ago, and one day I walked into work and they're like, all right, you're fired. We don't need you anymore. You and 16 other people, you're out. It's like, so it puts me on the street with, I mean, I have a house and all that, of course, but I mean, like, for myself, to provide for myself, I have really no source. So I actually go to the unemployment office, and they say I'm no good for unemployment. So basically, hey, Brett, you're shit out of luck. What are you going to do now? I don't know. So I actually went to Chase Bank, take out the last couple bucks I had. I mean, we all need gas and stuff like that, right? And actually ran into one of our buddies, Mark Langiel. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. He's a part of our team. And he came up to me that day, he was like, I haven't seen this kid in forever. I haven't seen this kid in so long. So I was pretty excited to see him. And he started telling me about this Verve thing. Verve, drink this, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a good time together, hang out. I wasn't really getting into it, so I was like, all right, man, see you later. And actually, thankfully, this kid came to see me. He came to me on Facebook, just sent me a couple videos, and just to think, if I didn't say hey back to him, if I didn't say what's up, if I didn't reply at all, none of you would be here right now. Nobody would be here. Just think about that. None of you would be here right now. All, whatever, 20 of you guys. So, I mean, it's really crazy how this all works out. And then I went to the home event. Long story short, here I am today. I mean, just to reiterate, I mean, if I didn't say hi to Mike, if I just blew him off, didn't say anything, nobody would be here right now. Nobody. Not you, not you, not you, not you, nobody. So, I mean, it's really crazy. And 1 month later, it's been changing my life. I mean, I'm really excited about this. We're all really excited about this. We have something serious here that we really want to just inform you guys about. Just kick back, really listen to what we got to say. And, I mean, just, listen to what we got to say. But I'm actually going to pass it off to my buddy Zach. He's been in this a little longer than I have, and he knows a lot more than I do. So guys, give it up, Zach.
Alright, what's up guys? Thanks for coming out. It means a lot to us. I just wanted to share with you my story and how I got involved in this. 4 months ago, I was, going to county, hating life, working a job, hating that job. And one day, I was going through some rough times and my buddy Sean, he hits me up and he's like, yo man, I got this big opportunity for you to make, a lot of money. And I'm like, okay, what is this? What am I getting myself into? First, like, what am I going to be doing? Like selling drugs or something? But, my second thought was, okay, this is Sean Hines. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him for the past 2 years. I know whatever he's bringing to me right now is not bullshit. Like, I like, trust, and respect Sean. So I knew whatever he was telling me wasn't bullshit, okay? So, I heard him out, went down, and he gave me the run through. I did my own research and everything like that. And here I am today. And I can literally promise all of you guys that this has literally changed my life. This has changed everything about me. Like, I do not look at the world the same way I did 4 months ago. It's insane. And if you get to learn this company and you do what I'm doing right now, I can promise you the same exact thing is going to happen to you. I'm just an average kid, 21 years old, grew up in Frieden. I don't know if you guys know where that is. There is zero things special about me. But what I've realized is, the difference between being great and being average is really not that much. Like Will Smith, it's just like setting your mindset to something, saying, I'm going to do this, and it's done, okay? So I want to pass it off to who's going up next.
My buddy Paul. He's doing one of the best in my entire business.
We're all excited about this. So what I want to say to you guys is like keep an open mind throughout this whole process, because if you don't, I'm just being straight up honest with all of you, chances are you're going to be struggling financially for the rest of your life, and that's no fun. So give it up for Paul.
Hey Paul.
What's up guys? I'm Paul. I'm from Denville, New Jersey. I don't know if you guys know where that is. It's in Morris County. From same town as Chris Perruso, my boy over here. And where did he just go? What was your name again?
Zach.
Sorry. What Zach just said about not keeping an open mind is absolutely true, because I heard about this last August, so like a little more than a year ago now, from this kid and a few of his other buddies that I've known my entire life. They hit me up like, you guys, we're gonna make a ton of money. You gotta get on this energy drink thing. It's gonna be a massive company. All these kids are gonna make a ton of money. You have to do this. I was like, yeah, fuck you guys. And went to school. Chris is my fraternity brother. We go to the same school too, Penn State. And I watched him do it all year. Like, going in at this thing. And I had no idea what was going on. And we were driving home for spring break. I was driving him home with one of my other buddies. They started talking about how he was going to fly out to Vegas over spring break to talk in front of like 7,000 kids at this massive convention. That's where he saw like the cheerleaders and all that. That's at the Vegas convention every year. And he was making $2,000 a week picking up that car, and my two other buddies were both doing the same thing. And I took a step back and I was like, hold on, we're about to be in summer now. I'm going to be working at a farm while these kids are flying and driving around the country, hanging out, making close to $100,000 or $100,000 or more, as, you know, the same people that I am, you know, the same kids I've been friends with, the same people as me my entire life. And when I sat down, they said a few things to me that made like a massive impression on me getting involved and seeing how big the picture really is with this thing. The first thing they said to me was they kind of compared it, well, the first thing they really said to me is whether you do this or not, and I'm saying this to every single one of you now, whether any single one of you, and who here is not involved, first of all? Raise your hand. Okay, so anyone that's raising your hand, whether you do this or not, anyone that didn't raise their hand is going to be getting paid for what you're still doing every single day. And they said that to me, and I didn't really get it at first. I was kind of like, what do you mean by that, asshole? Like, I was confused. And they said, look, everything that we do, we share with our friends. And the best example of that is MySpace to Facebook. You know, everyone in here, I guarantee most of us at least, had a MySpace. How did you find out about Facebook? Your friend said, hey, MySpace sucks now, Facebook's better, switch over. You were like, oh, this is sick, this is awesome, I like this better. You told your friends the same thing. We got more people to switch to Facebook. And 10 years later, now look where we are. Mark Zuckerberg is a multi-billionaire. He, personally, his net worth is over $10 billion. Not Facebook, just him. He's the first company, he owns the first company ever to reach the billions without spending a single cent on advertising. How did he do it? By us. We did that. How many times are we going to do that over and over again? Twitter, MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, Vine, Snapchat. You see what I'm getting at here? And have you ever seen an ad or a commercial for any one of those companies? They're all multi-billion-dollar companies, every single one of them, because of what we as a generation have done. What we didn't understand is that the internet was so new to us, and we didn't really understand what we were doing. We didn't think we were turning these companies into multi-billion-dollar companies. What we thought we were doing is sharing something we thought was cool with our friends. You know, this wasn't something that anyone ever thought we could make money with, until now we're starting to realize that, hey, these networks make money. Networks let us put products in and generate revenue. And we realize that us, as kids now, one of the first generations to ever grow up with this, we can use this to our advantage. And it's absolutely true. What we're doing is network marketing, for anyone who's not sure about that. I'm sure you guys have heard of these companies. Most of you probably have their products in your houses. It's a massive industry. Does $167 billion worldwide every year, which is, I mean, massive numbers. The MLB does $10 billion every year, just to put it in perspective. This does $167 billion. And these companies get huge. Avon, you guys know Avon Makeup, Mary Kay, Cutco, Amway, P90X, the workout thing. All of these companies are network marketing companies, which basically means they don't pay marketing firms to advertise their products. They take the whole ad budget and give it back to the people that use their products to share it word of mouth, which is unbelievably strong, because when you think about it, I guarantee every single one of you, every single person here probably does not listen to commercials on the radio when they're driving. I guarantee no one looks at billboards. We all have Netflix or TiVo or DVR and skip commercials. I guarantee no one in here has ever actually watched an ad on YouTube without clicking skip ad. Like, that's a joke. We don't pay attention to any of that stuff. But if your friend says, check out this movie, you probably see it. If your friend says, buy this album, you probably see what it's about. Everything we do is because of our friends, and this gives us a product that we like, you know, that we're already spending money on. The reason these companies have never really been big with our age group before is because they're Amway, cleaning supplies, Avon, makeup, Cutco, knives, Herbalife, vitamins. None of that is interesting to us on any single level. None of us are spending money on that stuff, so no one wants to spend more money on that stuff. It's as simple as that. But an energy drink, we spend money on all the time. Green tea coming out in 12 days. New drink. We all spend money on Arizona, that sort of shit. Vitamins, protein shakes, weight loss stuff. We spend money on that stuff as a generation. Now it's as simple as taking money that you're going to spend on that anyway, buying this instead and sharing with your friends. And this is the kind of the second thing my boys got into it with me. They're like, look, you're not creating a group of salesmen, you're not becoming a salesman, you're not hustling energy drinks, you're not doing any of that. And that really kind of was interesting to me, because what I knew of network marketing was you'd go out and buy stuff and then try to sell it, like Cutco knives. And I didn't want to be a salesman. I didn't want to knock on doors. I didn't want to ask my friends to buy a Verve for $3. Like, it was not something that I was interested in. What they said instead is that this is exactly like the MySpace to Facebook comparison I use. It's a product that is better than the one we're using now. Red Bull is MySpace. Jeez, I messed up on that one. Red Bull's like the same as MySpace. You know, we're using this now. It's bad for us. We buy in the stores all the time, right? It's illegal in France, just so you know. And we all know, we've heard the stories of kids dying from drinking too much Red Bull, or having cardiac arrest, Monster. Like, it's happened multiple times. I tried this. You guys have all tried it. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. I like it better than any of those other energy drinks. And once I realized that I liked it more, they explained to me that by now buying this instead and sharing with a few of my friends and saying, hey, look, you like this. It's better for you. Why don't you do the same thing? And if you share it with some of your friends, just like you did with Facebook, and you create a network of kids using this product instead of the old product, as that network grows larger and larger and larger through mutual friends, again, just like Facebook, as it grows larger and there's more product flow through your network, you get paid more and more by the company. Absolutely awesome concept, because this is what we are doing either way. Chris and I were having a talk earlier today, and what we really came to realize is that in the next couple of years, it's going to get to the point where every single person that we know is either making money by network marketing or network marketing and not getting paid. Because what we all do right now is share information that we like about a bunch of broad subjects. But if you focus that energy on one thing that you really like, a new energy drink perhaps is what I'm getting at here, and focus that energy into that instead, then you can absolutely build a massive network. I talked to only 6 of my friends. You know, I got started at the end of the summer. Once this kind of all made sense to me, I got involved with it, and talked to 6 of my buddies. Chris talked to them with me, kind of explained what I'm doing to you guys now, and 4 of them were really into it. They're like, this is awesome, let's do this. And through those 4 people, it turned into an active network of about 65 or 70 kids over only a couple of months, you know, paying like $200 a week, $300 a week on top of whatever else I'm doing, you know, nothing, which is cool. And in about 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to pick up my new car. And that's crazy that I did that over a summer. Really just on top of everything else. And that gets to the last part of this before I let Chris kind of say some words. I know I've been talking a lot. My favorite part about this, I'm not sure about you guys. I've worked a lot of jobs in my life. When I worked at the farm, I worked at a farm in North Jersey. Absolutely sucked, because I would go there and I'm a hard worker. And I would work harder than kids that were working there with me, but we got paid the same amount because we were there for the same amount of hours. That really pissed me off, and when Chris introduced this to me as performance-based income, I was totally down with that concept, because it really is as simple as you're writing your own paycheck. The harder you work, the more you get paid. And that was an awesome idea to me, because like the video we just watched, you know, you only have a certain amount of hours in each day, right? So how do you want to spend it? If you're working, you know, 40 hours a week, you can't work more than that, right? I mean, you can do another part-time job. You're killing yourself at that. If I build a team of kids now, 65, that work just an hour a day, I work 65 hours in a day. That's more than I can work in a week if I'm getting paid off wages. That's why this allows you to make so much money, is because you're getting paid off profits, not wages. That absolutely changed my mindset forever, the way I think, and it's absolutely changed my life. And these kids around you that are also involved feel the same way for sure. So before I talk you guys' ears off completely, I'll let Chris talk a little bit. You know, the kid that got me involved, absolute animal. Look what he's done. Started the East Coast, got that sick car over there, making really close to $100 grand a year. It's unreal.
Awesome. Well, thank you. You know, he's one of the best in my business. You guys have a solid squad with all these guys out here, you know, trying to build this thing massive over here. But first, let me just say thank you guys for coming. If this is for you, great. If not, great. You know, not a big deal. We're looking for runners to run with. Real quickly, who here is in high school or college, just so I can kind of gauge? All right, awesome. Let me just first say, if you guys are in school, I started this last August, you know, so about a year ago, and I did fall and spring semester at Penn State, okay? And I did this on the side of classes, so it can be done 100% at school, and it's even better that you're at school because you're surrounded with a bunch of kids who already spend money on this kind of stuff. So I'm Chris, I'm 20, I live in Rockaway, about 35 minutes from here, Rockaway, New Jersey. Obviously, me and Paul are Penn State geared out today. But I started this last year. So my story, my buddy kind of texted me one day, he's like, dude, do you want to make $1,000 a week? I was like, absolutely. Like, I was folding clothes in Abercrombie for $8 an hour, which is ridiculous. Showed up and I was skeptical at first, okay? And if you're skeptical in here about this being something illegal or a pyramid scheme that comes up a lot, just know that's how everyone is when they first get started. That's how I was. My parents told me not to do it, okay? All my friends thought I was crazy. You know, pyramid schemes are 100% illegal. You know, there's no tangible product or commodity whatsoever. It's an investment. I get money from her, she gets money from him, daisy chains around the room. There's nothing in exchange. That's illegal. Okay, other than that, you know, this is the official energy drink of a few sports teams. The Phoenix Suns, guys, has a Verve Lounge in their arena, which is sick. We get tickets half off. The Charlotte Bobcats, Michael Jordan chose this as their official drink over Gatorade. That's a huge name. Anyone here know Dr. Oz? I'm sure most people know who Dr. Oz is. He had this can, or the orange one actually, on his show 3 times this year, saying it's the best thing you can put in your body. His boss is Oprah. We get taxed by the IRS. You know, all I'm getting at here is, you know, first of all, you're not going to get taxed by the IRS if you're doing something illegal. And other than that, Oprah, Dr. Oz, Michael Jordan, the NBA would never associate themselves or tie themselves to A, a bad product, or B, an illegal scam business scamming people. Would never happen. So it's real. You know, I met this kid, Luke Kish, who at the time was 19, making $1,000 a month. Now, I just got off the Skype with him today. His check this week was $11,000. Okay, he's 20. He lives in a $5.5 million mansion. I met him when he was making $1,000 a month. And that's all real shit. You know, check him out on Facebook. Anyway, I got excited about what he was doing. He had no boss, no hours, working with his friends, and about to pick up a BMW. Okay, and that was my first thing. I liked it because I liked performance-based income. If you guys here are ambitious at all, something should click. This is, the more you work, the more it works. You know, what you put in is what you get out. You can literally make as much as you want. I got excited about that. And then second of all, I got excited about the product. Okay, the product's perfect. Okay, the company's called Vemma. It's on the side of every can. It's on the side of my car. A little bit about the company. It stands for vitamins, A through E, essential minerals, 65 plant source minerals, mangosteen, which is a superfruit from Southeast Asia, very, very high in antioxidants, and A for aloe vera. 8-year-old company out of Scottsdale, Arizona, and the first 4 years was with this clinically studied Vemma formula, which adults would take 2 ounces of Vemma a day, and what it does is it eliminates free radical cells from your body. Every time you drink a can of Verve, it's eliminating free radical cells from your body, which put people in chemo, type 2 diabetes, really bad stuff for you. So anyway, it was with adults. Obviously, you know, not really relevant to kids our age. If I was telling you guys to buy my liquid shot today, you'd think I'm kind of crazy. Anyway, they took 2 ounces of Vemma 4 years ago, they put it in this can, add a little natural caffeine and distilled carbonated water. Now it's an energy drink. What happens? It hits us. Because who spends money on energy drinks? We do. Not mom and dad, not little sister. And what happens? We do exactly what the adults have done, but way, way faster because we're way, way better at it. As a generation, we're really, really good at what? Networking, communicating, and sharing information. Who made Facebook big? We did, not mom and dad. So we're doing the same thing, but now we're getting paid for it, and it's going to get massive. So like he touched on, I found out this is the second highest paid profession in the entire world. You know, behind professional athletics. If you're not the next LeBron James, this is number 2 in making a ton of money. So I got excited about that. Vemma this year is going to do $250 million, you know, $250 million this year. Big companies like Amway do $13 billion. Think about that. Amway is 58 years old. Avon Makeup is 137 years old. This has been out for 4 years. So these things get really, really big, and we are in that sweet spot where, yeah, the people in this now can make a fortune. Okay, so definitely keep an open mind. It's exciting. That's the way it works. Paul kind of talked about it a little bit. You'll never see it in a store. No billboards, no ads. So where's the money come from? Okay, you guys are familiar with Red Bull? They spend $950 million a year on advertising, billboards, commercials, and Shaun White and that kind of stuff. But like he said, no one looks at ads and billboards. So here they pay people, average person, whoever it may be, to promote it through word of mouth. Friend telling a friend. And that's where, you know, you can make all your revenue as much as you want to make. So I've been doing this for a year. You know, I got excited about that. I've introduced this thing to 14 people in a year. Anyone in here can introduce this thing to 14 people in a year. Every one of your phone book, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagrams are different than mine. Okay, out of 14, 8 stuck with it. Paul, my buddy Bill from my hometown, 8 kids has now turned into an active network of, you know, well over 2,000 kids in 20 different countries ordering product through Vemma monthly. Within the next 30 days, I'll hit a rank associated with $100,000 a year, which is nuts. And my goal for the next 90 days to, you know, 120 days is $250,000 a year. You know, at 20 years old, $5-6 grand a week. And you know, I've got the Benz. You know, when you hit a certain rank in the company, it's like 100 people in your network. The company pays you to lease a Mercedes, a BMW, or a Mini Cooper of your choice, okay? If anyone knows Mary Kay makeup or lotion, they give you like a pink Cadillac. Like we get Benzes or Beamers. So it's happening. So just know that it's, first of all, it's happening with or without anyone. It's like if no one in this room decided to do Facebook, Facebook would be a multi-billion-dollar company no matter what. You know, and that's where we are right now. Where right now there's about 30 to 50,000 college kids. When I say college kids, I mean kids, you know, 18 to 25, doing this right now. There's over 50 million kids our age. That's nothing. You know, 30,000 is nothing. There's more kids at Penn State than doing this. So in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I travel all over the place. I promise you in 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, this will be a great opportunity. It will be at every single high school and every single college in the entire nation. Whether you put it there or somebody else does, it's not going anywhere. And here's the thing, you know, think about what our parents had to do to make all this kind of money in all these other companies. What did our parents, our grandparents, and their parents not good at? They didn't have Skype, Facebook, and Instagram. Think about that. They had cold phone calls and emails. My dad types with 2 fingers still to this day. Okay, my mom has no idea what Skype even is, and I'm up till 2 o'clock, 3 in the morning on Skype with like 8 different kids at once. This has never happened before because we've never had these technologies to do this before. So that's what we're good at. And it happens to be the second highest paid profession in the entire world with a product that's perfect for us. Perfect for us. You know, the product's great. So that's kind of what we're doing. The way to get involved, you know, just so you guys know, there's 2 ways to get involved. No sign-up fee, no registration fee, free sign-up. All you're doing is ordering product. You're just purchasing product and you get a business, okay? So there's 2 different packages. You come in on 2 cases of Verve, 150 bucks, 48 cans, and you get your website and your app on your phone and everything. But the way I recommend is the 500 pack. Who in here is on a 500 pack? Most people in the business are on the 500 pack. 95% of my business is either on the 500 or within 60 days, they upgraded from the 150 to the 500. And we're not trying to sell you more Verve or anything like that. It's because it gives you better bonuses. Okay, it's 6 cases of Verve, you get more Verve discounted. Trust me, this shit goes fast. I chug like 4 a day. It's ridiculous. But you get 2 huge bonuses the 150 doesn't give you. One is called a Frenzy bonus. All that says is if you enroll 3 friends in 1 week, you make $700, okay? I did that my 3rd day, kind of a cool way to make your money back, okay? You know, I've done it 3 or 4 times already. You can do it any week you want, quick, fast cash. And the other bonus the 500 unlocks your account for is the car bonus. You know, the company pays you an allowance monthly when you hit a certain rank for whichever car you want, BMW, Mercedes, or Mini Cooper, 2010 or newer, which is awesome. So, and understand, guys, you know, here's the thing. I hear a couple of objections for I don't have the time and I don't have the money. Now, let me just cover that real quick. If you don't have the time, you know, a lot of people say that, this is for time. You know what I mean? Like, no one wants to, like my mom, she works a 9-to-5 job. I don't believe in that. I don't think that is what people should have to do. My mom lives for 2 days of the week. I'm like, how's your week going? She's like, can't wait for, you know, trying to get through the week. Why are you trying to get through the week? There's 7 days and you're living for 2. You know what I mean? We live here one time. Why should we work for someone else, show up, clock in, clock out, be told when to leave, and how much you're worth at the end of the day? It's not right in my eyes. You know, we should be able to do whatever we want to do. 3% of this population in America owns 97% of the wealth. What does that tell you? 97% of people you guys know have no idea how to make money. And I'm not trying to bash any parents, teachers, professors, but when I sit in my classroom at Penn State to get, oops, I almost knocked it over like you did. When I was sitting in my classroom, looking at my teachers that make 50, 60 grand a year and wanting to make $1 million, you realize they can't teach you how to make $1 million. You know, if you really want to get good at basketball, you're going to study Tiger Woods. No, you're going to study Michael Jordan. You want to get good at golf, you study Tiger Woods. If you want to make a lot of money, you have to find someone making a lot of money and do what they're doing. Not listening to, you know, I didn't listen to my broke friends that make $8 an hour and told me this was a scam. Because I didn't have what I wanted. And that's what you realize with this kind of thing. So, you know, the time, this is for time. You do this part-time on the side to where it's making you enough money residually that you won't have to go and clock in and work a job. You have more time freedom to invest, do whatever you want. You know, this is a 2, 3, 4, 5 year plan where if you grind with this thing, yeah, you'll be financially free for the rest of your life. You know, I could stop right now and it will continue to always grow. And it's the coolest concept in the world. And the other thing was I don't have the money. You know what I mean? $500, yes, I know it sounds like a lot of money to a lot of kids, but when you realize $500 is a lot of money for maybe a sweatshirt or for a watch, it's not a lot of money for a global business, a legal global business. A McDonald's is $1.5 million to get started to franchise. It'll take you 7 years to profit. This is a global business. You know, you fill out a W-9 form, you're a business owner in the eyes of the government. You know, $500 is nothing to start your own business, or even $150. So yeah, man, you know, check it out. You know, I had to sell 2 mini motorcycles to get my builder pack, and I did, and then I made $700, and I made all my money back. And now, you know, all my friends that said no, like Paul, you know, you can do it with or without anyone. You know, they all came around, and now, yeah, it's taken off. But where we are right now, 117 million last year, this will be in the multi-billions, and the people that take this thing seriously now can make fortunes. You can literally make as much money as you want to make. And it's a lot of fun, man. You'll learn a lot of stuff school doesn't teach you. You know, public speaking and communicating and leadership and how to build a team. And you're like I said, you're working on, he said, working on profits and not wages. And times are changing. The way to make money is changing. Like this video showed, 1 out of 2 kids are getting jobs out of college. You know, well, half of this room will get a job out of college. The other half has no job, and they're underemployed. You know, half that does get a job is, like I said, making $27,000 a year. That's like poverty. You know what I mean? Times are changing. The way to make money is changing. If we don't change, the way to make money is still going to change. And that's kind of where we're at this thing, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm not going to talk too much longer. But does anyone have any questions about anything? I appreciate everyone coming out. Any questions at all? How it works? Skepticism? How to get paid?
Fuck yous.
Anything? Alright, awesome.
I'll just say it for fun. Fuck you. I'm doing it, but fuck you.
Alright, well, thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate it.
Whatever she wants to buy it, she made me who I am. I got the heart of a lion, yeah. And for that, mama, I'm gratified. Grinding harder than everybody, so please don't act surprised when you see me pass your eyes quickly.